Hi guys, today I'm going to be collecting lots of pine cones in my backpack that I have on my back currently. You see all those pine cones? Look at those. There's tons of them. Like, look at those bunches. There's also a lot on the ground. So to replicate this experiment, you kind of just need 3 pretty important things. So of course you need the backpack, and inside the backpack we have nothing except we have Scarlet. Scarlet is going to keep the pine cones company, which may pose a risk to Scarlet, but the pine cones will be very happy to hang out with Scarlet. So that's why we're including Scarlet in the backpack. The rest of it is empty. You of course need some pine cone trees. I think they're just called pine trees, but like some trees look like pine trees, but they don't have any pine cones, so I'm not sure what kind of trees those are. Anyways, you need pine cone trees. And then, very important, you also need something like this. Actually, exactly this. This is a special stick that I found. I used to have 3 like prongs on it, so I thought it looked like a tripod, so I used it for a bunch of stuff, and now it's just a regular stick. But it's very special because you can kind of stake it into the ground like this, do a little twisting action, and suddenly it's a place for you to record. So you just plop the phone onto it and it stays pretty good for the most part. You may be wondering how I'm recording, but I have the stick in my hand. Treat. So let me show you why these pine cones are so special. You see this juicy pine cone right here? Let me show you what's so special about this juicy pine cone. Pine cone and foot together. Oh my gosh. This little thing, that guy right there, he just hopped out of that pine cone when I crushed it. The dude climbing the pine needle. I guess this poses significant risk to Scarlet if we introduce her to little people like my man's over here. I've decided that with that scare with the spider, we're gonna have to do a little shake test for each of these pine cones before they go in the bag. So this is pine cone number 1. A little tap test here. No bugs came out, so either there's no bugs in here, or there's some really brave bugs, or really scared bugs actually. So at least we know there's no asleep bugs. And we're gonna plop it in the bag. There also used to be some really cool mushrooms right about here, but I think a lawnmower destroyed them, so that's kind of sad. See, look how cool these mushrooms are. Like, look at this mushroom. Isn't that an amazing mushroom? Like, and like, isn't that so sad? It just got destroyed by a lawnmower. Like, look how cool that mushroom is. It looks so nice. Okay, you get the point, but like, yeah, kind of sad. Pine cone number 2. Okay, after the shake test, more spiders just came out, or just moving things just came out of pine cone number 2. So I think I'm gonna have to move Scarlet to a different pocket and keep these pine cones separate because they just pose too much of a threat to her. Okay, Scarlet's moving to the front pocket, and I really gotta pick up the pace here because the sun has gone down and it's just gonna get darker from here on. So I'm just gonna go grind out some pine cone collecting. Let's do it. Lots of pine cones under the trees. There are probably so many spiders here. Just scary. But it's just a risk I have to take. That was awkward. Someone who lives right there was watching me do that. Anyways, let's continue. I had to go collect my special stick, so that would have been really tragic if we lost that, but I remembered to go get it. That was a huge pickup. Like, I just got a bunch. It's looking so full. I accidentally stepped on the string of my backpack and I tried to lift it up and I was like, oh my gosh, I just got like 10 pounds of pine cones. But it's not that heavy. It was just because I was stepping on the string, so it was kind of stuck when I tried to lift it up. But yeah, I may not even need to go to the main bunch of pine cone trees. Like these two right here, they're providing so much. So like the main bunch of pine cone trees, I don't even know. My bag's almost full, so we'll see. Okay, I got a few more good ones. I really wonder, like, all the spiders in here. Look how many are in here. It's a lot. If all the spiders in there are getting along okay, because Scarlett's not in there, I don't know. They might get a little annoyed with each other in the close proximity. On to the next tree. Oh, I found a good one. This one's good. This tree has so many pine cones. It's crazy. Just this one big boy. I'm gonna give you a rundown of this guy. Look at that amount of pine cone. It spreads. So I won't really be able to collect all these, but I can't just leave them here. Because when it rains, all the pine cones lose their crispness. They close up and like they shrivel. I gotta really take advantage of this opportunity before it rains and give you guys a little steppy step. I stepped around for like a long time, but there really wasn't that many good pine cones. I mean, those were okay. They weren't the best sounding ones. I think they might have been already stepped on, but they're all right. I think the ones in my bag are better because they're a little bit plumper and they got more air inside of them. Like the wings of the pine cone are more spread out. So I'm gonna start making my way back to the main pine cone trees. And my bag is pretty full already, so I think I might have to unload and then collect again. It got really dark really fast. I'm walking, but it's pretty dark. Reached the main pine cone trees here, but it's getting really dark, so like this camera does not pick up how dark it is. It kind of makes it brighter than it actually is in real life. So I think we're just gonna have to fill this bag as much as we can and then just call it a night, because the bats are already coming out, bro. But like, I swear the moon just like appeared out of nowhere too. That's the moon right there. I don't love having to sell for one bag, but it might be what we have to do here. Yeah, let's get it. Okay, I got so many pine cones now that I can barely close this bag. I don't know if I could even close the bag, but I'm holding it together with my hands. That one spot had tons of great pine cones. I think the main trees, like the main pine cone trees, really produce more than those other ones. I think because they're just way bigger. But there were some huge pine cones I just picked up. That's why it filled up so fast. But yeah, we got our stash. It's looking good for now. Let's head back. Can't forget the stick, of course. All right, we're gonna unpack here and see what kind of stuff we got. All right. Oh, I got a lot of sap in my bag. Yeah, that was just poor planning, but we got a good stash here. Oh my gosh, now I'm gonna get sap all over my phone. Just my hands are all sappy. It'll be worth it. So this is the kind of stash we're looking at here. It's got some depth to it, so yeah, looking pretty good. I'm gonna start organizing. Throughout collecting and playing basketball on pine cones, I found that pine cones are like really fun. So if you're ever feeling not so hot, feeling down, think about pine cones and just how much fun and how satisfying they are, and maybe you'll feel a little bit better. And if you're not sappy like that, just going outside in general and seeing nature, just breathing in fresh air, it helps so much. It can make really frustrating and rough times just feel pretty much okay. Scurrying around. That's kind of scary because I had that pine cone in my hand, which means I had this guy in my hand, and I'm kind of afraid of spiders. I'm obsessed with pine cones.